Okay, so last session for all of you ended with you all on a very large island, running towards the center for various reasons, and then a bright flash of light, and then nothing. So now all of you are laying on the ground on this relatively large island. Well, not that large. Anyway, in the middle of the island, on the ground, and slowly you all wake up, sort of lying where you fell down.
Same island?
Same island. You're still in the same place. You haven't been moved. There are people standing around you. And one of them is Taravan. I was going to say your friend Taravan, but maybe not so much. It really depends on your definition of friend.
Employer.
Your employer, Taravan, is standing around. He's a little bandaged up, but he's looking a lot better. With him is a small gnome wearing some cloaks that you would recognize Ket as being an Olidamara's
very limited clergy.
Yeah, clergy person. There's also
a party organizer.
Yeah, there's also a ancient female wood elf standing over you. She looks completely unharmed. But all the other people that you're seeing sort of like around the island have been very much hurt and are in a lot of pain. And as you all 5 of you wake up, the ancient wood elf, who's like really very old, especially for even for wood elf, definitely getting on in years. She helps you to your feet, offers each of you a hand in turn, so you can get up into sitting position or standing, whatever you guys feel like. And she's smiling at you warmly. And she says to you, "Congratulations, heroes. You have taken on a quest that wasn't yours, but here we are. How do you all feel?"
I'm very confused.
Oh, yes, this is the one. She turns to Taravan, and she says, "This is the one that was kidnapped. Yes, this is the one that they went off to try and save. Well, the attack happened on the island. Yes." And Taravan nods at her, and sort of like scratches under one of his bandages, and just nods. And she says, yes, all things in time. It seems that you were under a bit of a complicated dream spell of some kind. Not magic. I'm particularly well.
Palin starts taking notes.
So, yeah, maybe you can discuss what that was like with your friends, and also I would love to hear what they put you through in that moment. But I can understand you're very confused. Perhaps you would like some time to discuss amongst yourselves what happened in the intervening time. But we're preparing one of our many ships for you, and we will be going to a neighboring island to our base, and I'm sure you will have a lot of questions for us. But I just wanted to make sure you are all unharmed and feeling okay, and then we'll get you guys going, and we'll have a further discussion once we're in somewhere a little safe." And she sort of turns around and wraps her cloak a little tighter around her and starts walking off. And you 5 are left to yourself. There are a few people further off, kind of gathering bits of equipment and picking up swords and stuff, and like glancing over at you, but not close. They're waiting for you to be ready to head out.
Where's Spyglass Boy?
Spyglass Boy is not on the island that you can see, or not in your
Didn't we leave him on the on Tervent's ship when we came in?
He's not.
Yeah, but there was still fighting going around at the base of the ships.
Yeah. But you guys are at like the dead center of this island, so you can see the shore, but it's a bit off. Like it's
Okay.
like if like three or four houses away, right? Like if
So how do we feel?
well, you guys feel fine. Like you feel well rested.
So I'm gonna pop up and dust myself off and look around.
Can we tell how much time has passed?
So when you guys were coming back, it was probably starting to darken, but no, it wasn't dark yet. Like the sun was getting towards the horizon, and it was getting a little darker out. But now it's bright. So you must have been overnight. It seems, if you look at the sun, it seems like it's risen relatively recently.
So
you're saying Barry has missed his morning calisthenics routine?
Yes, Barry has missed his, or is right on time for his morning calisthenics routine, depending on when your morning calisthenics routine takes place.
Very early in the morning.
Then if the sun is rising while you're doing it, then yes, you have missed it.
Can somebody please tell me what just happened?
I second that.
Oh, well, there's no one around. Everybody left.
Oh, I thought Terravin was still there.
No, everybody sort of walked off. But like, they asked you to sort of discuss amongst yourselves and then get going when you're ready.
Well, let's piece this together. Palin was captured.
Oh.
Palin, he was unconscious with the dude chanting over him. And then Palin, we left him on the ship, and he was with the attackers when we came to here. So he was up and moving. I thought he was he betrayed us. Punched him in the face.
Oh, that's what my jaw hurts.
Sorry.
Oh.
That was much earlier. You punched him in the face.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
It was when he was walking towards us inside the
No, you
ritual.
never got close enough to him to punch him. You punched him in the face on a boat.
Was he standing up then?
No.
I didn't punch an unconscious body plane.
Are you sure?
Yes, it was on the ritual when he was running towards us.
Oh, how did you manage to punch him in the face?
Because he got up right next to us, and I went, bam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then there was no response. Then I picked him up and put him behind us.
Yeah, at that point, I realized that, oh, he's not betraying us. He's just mind controlled. And then, what?
Well, you remember being in the center of the circle.
Yeah.
You remember being told to get to the center of the circle by.
And then Palin joined us there.
Palin joined us. Palin was moving towards you with two other, what you imagine are bad guys. You don't really know too much about them, but they did have.
Yeah, but they got held back by
all
someone.
these people, and so they got held back, and Palin made it to the center, and then. I mean, you imagine something magical occurred. Like this was a ritual that was happening. So perhaps the ritual completed, but you don't really know what was going on. You just know that the people doing the ritual asked you to get to the center. And so you did. And that's pretty much it.
So I'm going to look at Palin and be like, sorry. Is your jaw all right?
I'm very confused. I remember the museum, and then we were getting on a boat, and then I woke up in a desert. There was a road. I befriended some sort of tiny animal.
I think it was a hyena.
It was a wolf.
Was it a wolf?
A dire wolf, a tiny dire wolf.
Yes, there was a small.
And then I fought a hyena, and it bit me a lot. And that really hurt. And then I found Then I found a lake,
An oasis.
an oasis, and also a weird, maybe undead. It was kind of strange. I killed the fuck out of that, and now I'm here.
What was the undead? Just like a zombie?
I don't even know.
It looked like your god.
Like it looked like Farlang, but also kind of not.
Yeah, that's pretty
It
accurate.
looked like a crude artist's rendition of Farlang made by someone who's not quite sure about how humans are put together.
So Picasso's Farlang? Farlong?
It was very disturbing, and I set it on fire a lot.
That seems like an appropriate course of action.
And now I'm here.
Where?
It's all very strange.
Okay, we need to find Taravan.
Okay. Well,
So,
Tara walked
From
off.
the ground, Menander speaks. Keth, take this damn thing back. And it's just arm outstretched from the ground holding your sword. Every time I borrow something from you, everything goes wrong.
Yeah. I'll just kind of put it back inside its sheath.
Right. So there's like a variety of different humanoids around you, kind of like cleaning up the area. You see one of them holding the gauntlets. So there's a younger elf who kind of looks like not old enough to be anyone of import, who is holding those shining gauntlets and putting them into like a leather case, closing them up and putting them in a bag. And
Wait.
Yeah.
Those are ours.
I beg your pardon?
Those are ours. It was on loan for the ritual. Those are still technically ours.
These are a relic of Corellin
I am
Meridian.
well aware, but we have a contract that states that this is ours.
Okay, well, you can take that up with the head cleric of Corellin Meridian.
Taravan?
Taravan is not. Taravan is not the head cleric of Corellin Meridian.
Well, you should talk to Taravan.
Okay, well,
Don't lock those away. We'll be coming back for them.
I'm taking them to the head cleric of Corellin Meridian.
Who's that?
Well, you'll meet her.
I just want a name.
Her name is.
Susan B. Anthony.
Her name is.
Is her? You mean the lady we just met, who
Yes.
was all mystery, or
What lady? Oh, the lady you just met. No, that wasn't her. No, Joshua is not here, but you'll meet her. Do you wanna? You good? Wanna head out? But I'm keeping this for now. This is a high holy relic.
Yeah, but we need.
Okay, well, you can discuss that with the people that know stuff. But I was doing what I'm told.
What's your name?
My name is.
This is why I told you need to list names. I'm going to be asking everyone their names.
Okay.
While she's searching for her name, again, still from the ground, you just hear Menander, just bring the diviner to her.
That is the plan.
can I?
Oh, I mean, I could just
Right.
nudge Keth in the sides and raise an eyebrow at him.
Can I try to take my smallish hand axe and secretly carve a notch into the chest he's packing?
No, he's
The gold?
like it's away. It's in a bag. There's like
Maybe you can stumble into it or something. Who knows?
probably like cut him if you want to make like a stealth
A
action.
deception check.
You want to make a deception, but he already put it in a case and put it in a bag, or she already put it in a case and put it in a bag. She's like holding a bag, so if you scratched it, it would fall out. Like it would break.
Okay, I imagined. I only heard case, and I imagined the chest.
Or like it just
Like-
That's
you
a
put it into
really
like a
good
little-
idea.
And then into a bag, but she's holding a bag. with it
Okay.
inside.
I want to make
Do you
it.
have like a tomato that could just fall out and hit the bag at high speed?
I have 6 vials of dye.
Perfect.
Buy the bag.
I'm just going to put a little splotch on the bottom of it.
Okay.
So we know which one it is.
And exactly. Hold on. Her name is Rain, and she is a thief.
She's not a thief.
She's a thief. She's impeding our quest.
Okay.
I need to roll a deception or sleight of hand. Wait.
I guess sleight of hand. Is that a thing in D&D 5e?
No.
Sleight of hand is the thing.
Okay.
I have 9 sleight of hand.
Like
Jeez.
+9?
Plus 9.
Really?
I got a 28.
Okay, so you get some dot
I
on
have
this
double
bag.
proficiency.
Would you like my last advice for the day? You could roll a d8 for it.
I
No.
don't think you need some dot on there.
So I just kind of pat it. I'm like, this is a really important thing. I know it's important to you too, but just let
Okay,
me.
I really don't care.
Fine,
You can come with me or not. That's fine. But I don't care about you right now. I have a job to do. And she starts walking off.
So fussy. And then I get nudged and almost knocked over by Barry.
And then she's walking away and she's like, okay, you said you wanted to talk to
Oh, right.
Joshua. Do you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
How do you spell Shasha?
Jasha, I guess.
Okay.
Hey, come, Joshua, come, onto the boat. And she's walking
I help
away.
Menander up. Or, no, he's way bigger. I tell Barry to help Menander
I
up.
help Meander up.
Meander.
I like to imagine that you're just like one hand around torso and you just kind of right me like a toy.
They're just like, so Rain is kind of like walking away, but like waiting for you guys to follow her, maybe.
Alright.
Okay. Let's go wander after her.
Okay, so she's heading to the shore. She's heading to a different boat. It's also of elfish design. Looks similar to Taravan's boat, but smaller. And there are a bunch of people on it. Many of them wearing what Keth would probably recognize as symbology of Corel and Larithian.
I think most people would recognize it.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are knowledgeable about elf deities, it is the elf deity. Like, he is the father of all elves. So if you are knowledgeable about elf deities, you would know the symbology. But everybody's getting the boat underway, and no one is really paying much attention to you. There's a lot of wounded still around that are being taken care of by various healers. People are packing away weapons and things like that, and the boat is going underway. So no one is really paying you any mind. The boat travels away. You don't see anybody that you recognize except for Rain, who disappears below deck.
Thief.
And you're off. And it's not long before the boat stops at an island that doesn't even really look like it's habitable. It just looks like a bunch of mountains. But the boat finds an opening that is concealed, probably by an illusion magic, and pulls in. And there are several boats in a large cave that are all pulled up to a dock, and people start disembarking. And standing on the what is that called? On the dock
Yeah.
is Taravan and the woman that you had seen before, the older wood elf. And they're just sort of waiting there for you. Everybody else has gotten off the ship. People are loading things off. So they're moving further into this like cave complex.
I'm either looking for Taravan or trying to keep an eye on Rain.
Well, Rain sort of gets lost in a crowd, but
Don't even get a chance.
no. Rain went under decks and sort of just she's not holding the bag anymore anyway. So.
Oh, then I don't give a shit about her.
Anyway, so Taravan and this other woman this older wood elf are waiting on the dock for you.
Okay.
So do you go to them? Do you want to go talk to them?
Oh,
I imagine you do want to go talk to them.
our options are either hide on the boat forever or talk to them. So I think we're
Yeah,
gonna
there's like a big cave complex further in from this dock. But you'd have to pass them first.
As long as we do something, I'm basically fine. But it's all really confusing right now, and I want to do anything.
Okay.
If we go home, that will be all right too. But
So I'm gonna go down. And it's which lady? It's the wood elf.
It's the wood elf that helped you up offered you help from where, like the first person that you saw when you woke up.
The ancient wood elf.
Yeah, she's ancient. She's about as old
As
a
you
wood
get.
elf as you get, but she's not yet at the stage where she would be feeble or dying, but she's about as old and being like active as you get as a wood elf, which means she's so she, if you guys come walking up to her, she says, okay, I would love to explain to you what's going on. Taravan also has something for you. So Taravan hands you each a sack of all the gold you were owed from your previous. No, you had been paid already.
We had been paid up front.
All right, so he gives you a sack each of 250 gold. As per your contract, he says.
Actually, I just kind of feel like.
He says, as per your contract, I would have paid you the full amount, but you did run off and, not
And headed off their reinforcements.
sure.
I meant
It was one boat. There were several more, but it's fine.
we didn't.
It's
We
fine.
underestimated the scale of the task.
Well, so did we, because, there's 5 of you.
Yes, but I hope this won't damage our future.
Oh, no,
business.
it literally can't. It literally cannot. You are intrinsically involved now, he says, and he turns around and he walks off, sort of shaking his head.
Wait,
excuse me.
Let me.
How?
No, Caravan is Caravan. You've been working with him. I imagine you understand that he's a little pesky.
one could say.
So it's fine. No worries. My name is Mora. I am the High Priestess of Palor. So let me give you a little quick rundown. I'd love to discuss more in a more comfortable environment, but since you guys are very confused, understandably confused as to the situation, let me give you a quick idea. There have been goings on in the clerical realm in the sense of the people who follow gods deeply. We've been having trouble reaching our gods just a little bit more than you would imagine. Almost like their connection to our world is getting looser. And as a group, many of the gods have come together. Many of the followers of gods have come together to try and reconnect us. And one of the ways that we have to reconnect to the gods who are not walking this earth, most of whom no longer do, is to create vassals for the gods' power, to create a direct connection to the gods.
Vassals or vessels?
Vessels.
Okay.
We had picked out 4 actually vessels, and we had created this ritual that involved items from all different faiths, including those gauntlets that you guys had so wonderfully found for us, which are a high holy relic of Corel Merithian. So you will have to discuss with the followers of Corel Merithian what you can be given in return for those, as they do not belong to anyone but the god himself. Anyway, but that's besides the point. We brought together all of these relics, and we were performing the ceremony to create these vessels, and as you saw, there was quite an attack, and our vessels were not able to make it to the center of the circle, but you were. And now you are our vessels. So you're kind of involved here. It's going to be beneficial. Trust me, being a vessel of a holy power is a wonderful, important feeling. It gives you a lot of strength and a lot of power in this world. And of course, you will be paid handsomely for your time as you aid us in this. And once we have completed our task and have figured out what's causing this disconnection, you will be free to go. But we hope that you will continue to aid us and work with our group. There are quite a number of us. I know there's probably, I would imagine, all of your gods. Their clerical groups are involved in this process and would be happy to have your help. And it's an important thing that we're doing here. I hope you will agree to stay along with us and help us. He pauses. Wait.
Huh.
Huh.
Does this whole vessel thing have any, let's say, adverse effects?
Not that we know of at all. The gods are kind, unless we summoned a god that was not. But why would we do that? Basically, how this is going to work is we're going to have to do further rituals for each individual god, and the one of you that god chooses to pour his or her power into will embody you with powers and strength. But if we were to, I don't know, like call upon an evil god, that would probably be not so great. But aside from that, as far as I know, no adverse effects. Only an increased connection to a particular god and an ability to channel their power in whatever way that god sees fit.
Okay.
Have an end point?
Oh yes, I mean, once you guys are powerful enough, you will be able to converse with the gods and find for us the issue that's causing this disconnection. And once you are powerful enough to do that sort of ritual, to really meet the gods on even footing and find out for us what's happening, then at that point, you are free to go, and it will be the god's choice whether or not you keep these powers, but there will be no downsides. I mean, this will take your time and your energy, but you will be paid for both of those, and you'll have all of our resources at your disposal as our chosen vessels. I mean, there's no undoing what has been done. You will always be an empty cup until we fill you, but I mean, I guess you could go somewhere and just hang out and not do this, but it wouldn't be, I don't think, to your benefit, but it would harm you either.
I don't have anything in the contract for being turned into a god vessel.
Barry is just mildly confused by all of this.
To be honest, it's nice to see for a change that there's something you didn't think of before, Kev.
Yeah, Kevin's actually really confused. This hasn't happened in a very long while.
That something has just sort of come out of nowhere.
Well, no, bad things happen a lot to Kev.
Oh, that a good thing happened.
Yeah,
an accidental good
a
thing.
thing happened that doesn't have any consequences that he's getting paid for that he didn't have to fight for. That is unusual.
Well,
I mean, I could pop your bubble if you want.
What?
I said I could pop your bubble if you'd like.
Sure.
She asks for our time. I'm an old man. I'm separated from my husband.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's a very good point. How much time?
Well, that will depend on how effective and quick we can get these other rituals going. But if there's someone that you want us to bring here, to live here among us, you're more than welcome. We would send a group out. We have many boats at our disposal and many people. We could go and fetch someone for you if you needed us to find them and bring them here. It's a safe space. We have many healers. We have sort of our own little city down here. There would be work to do if he or she was interested.
Are we just standing on the docks, or is she
Or
walking
like,
us?
she's
Or
like,
she's walking us to this city?
yeah, I guess she could say, do you want to walk and talk? We could do,
A talkie-walkie?
That kind of political thing where we have a discussion and we walk down a hallway. You want to do that? We can go.
Yeah, so my family isn't really the moving type, but I guess this could basically be part of my job description if I take that seriously enough and if I twist some arguments. So if I write a letter home, I guess it's okay.
Sure. There's much to do here.
I look at Barry and I'm like, are you down for another adventure?
You're the boss, boss.
I think we're down for an adventure, but we need a little time to process, I guess.
Oh, of course.
Where's my cart?
Oh, all of your things are here actually. And
Okay.
You guys are walking, and there's like a big. So you walk through a kind of carved hallway, and then there's a big, open antechamber that has many, many, many hallways off of it. And like this area looks less like caves and more like, I don't know, like fine dwarven inside of a mountain home, like beautifully carved, like not natural, obviously made, like man-made, or well, in this case, probably dwarven made. And there's one hallway that she points down, and then she starts walking down, and there's 5 rooms, and then there's one big section in the middle, and your cart is there. Your horses aren't, but they probably wouldn't like just like hanging out
in a big stone room,
so they're not there. But your cart and all of your things are there, and then there are 5 doors. Actually, there are 6, but there's like that door's just like open, and there's like nothing in that room. That room doesn't look appointed, but there she points to the 5 rooms, and those are your 5. These are your rooms. She says these will be your housing. So your items, any items that you left on Taravan's boat, are here in your cart over here, and you guys are welcome to choose the room. They're all the same, but you're welcome to choose a room if you'd like some time to process before we talk. I'll be in the Paylor sort of section, but you guys can find me. Anyone will know where I'll be. You can also go exploring through the various areas. Oh, before I let you go, 2 big things. One, I know you guys have been adventuring for a while. You might need to buy some more supplies. It seems like you specifically are really into some quite extensive supplies. We pulled off a lot of bags with your name on them. We have a beautiful installment of a chain. We have a Crafton Mart here for you guys to go shopping with your newly found gold if you're interested. And then also the head of Istis, the head cleric of Istis is waiting for you. But as you know, as someone from Istis, she's infinitely patient. She knows that fate will bring you to her, but she did ask me to ask you to come visit as soon as you guys are settled. So if you have any more questions for me, I'm happy to answer now, or I could leave you guys to speak. But if you have any requests of us to bring any people or anything you'd need in that way, we are happy to house whoever would make you comfortable in this space with us. So she waits to see if you guys have any questions for me.
Where's Zachary, Martin, and Fabian?
Who? What?
Where's my horses?
Oh, your horses. Okay, yes.
That's the integral part of the.
Yes. So, the area, run by Alona, the clerics of Alona, has actually been made into a beautiful glaive or glen with beautiful trees, and your horses are with them, as are all of our animals, so that they can feed on grass and stuff. It's very serene and beautiful. So if you'd like to go and visit them, we just don't want to. They're not going to be happy on stone, So they have some stables nearby, but they also let them roam free in sort of this grassy area that they've cultivated inside of this cave. It's really quite a feat. It's beautiful. So if you guys would love, if you're happy to visit, and if you need to grab your horses for any reason, you can go there. They're probably stabled up, or they might be grazing.
I have them. Okay.
Any other questions for me before I let you guys go? I can take you anywhere if you don't want to settle down quite yet.
Menender speaks up. Did Taravan give you guys a sword, or? And he starts describing.
It should be in with all of your stuff.
Okay. Yes. Good.
Yeah. Where's my husband's priceless sword?
Oh, don't worry. Y'all, anything that Taravan had of yours is there. So you shouldn't worry about that. Anybody else? Any questions? Any issues? Any requests?
Map. So.
Oh, of the location. Okay, yes. I'll have someone come by and give you a map of our compound, so you guys know where you're going. I'll grab someone on my way.
So Crafton Mart.
Crafton Mart, yes. So.
Glen, and is there a post office?
The Crafton Mart should have some paper and should be able to send out anything that you guys need.
Okay.
And then Alona's Glen. Once you get the map, you should be able to get there. It'll show you all the different areas, and I'll get you a map toot sweet.
Toot sweet.
Toot sweet.
What's they say in the business?
They say in the business.
Okay, so.
Anything else? Any other thoughts, requests, ideas? I have some stuff to do.
Is there a library?
Someone probably does. There's got to be a learning. Well, I know the Corel and Lorethian people have a sort of magic library, if that's the kind of thing you're looking for. They're really into, magic and elven magic.
Yes, exactly that.
Magic? Yes, if you'd like to go and visit the Corel and Lorethian, actually, if you'd like to visit Jasha, you're more than welcome to once you get the map.
I would also like to visit Jasha.
Yes, you're more than welcome to go visit her. She's got a magic. They've got kind of a magic repository, as it were. So yeah, you're welcome to do that. I think that would probably be the best place. We don't have a big group from Bacab, but they generally in that area with the Caribbean followers as well. The few followers of Bacab that we have here. But I'm gonna get you that map, and then I'm gonna go. And if you need me, you can come find me. Paylor's got pretty big following here. You'll be able to ask someone about me. Unless there are any other questions?
Nope. I think you're good.
Okay, so she heads off, and I don't know what you guys do, but maybe
give the
5 minutes later, you get just a human child just comes by and drops you off a map and kind of wanders off.
I give the map. I give the 650 gold to Gunnar and Zan.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are giving me your money.
So every one of you should have your starting gold, whatever that was, if you ever kept track of it, plus $650. And now you have a map. So the biggest areas that you guys can see on the map is you can see where the Crafton Mart is. You can see where the area for Alona is. You can see where Farlong's area is. Gord has a large group here. Estes has a large group. Oli Damara has a section. Paylor obviously has a section as well. There's a section for Lear, or how do you say Lear? Lear. There's a section for Tritherion. There's the Corel and Lorethian section. And right next to the Crafton Mart is the area for Moradin, who is the dwarf god of creation and crafting, sort of stuff like that. So, do you guys want to get settled? You want to go head out? What do you?
through the pile of crap in the cart with my sword.
Can you speak up?
Yeah, your microphone is a little soft compared to everything else.
Sorry, I moved my microphone.
Okay.
I want to go through the pile of crap in the cart because I want my sword back.
Yeah, you find your sword. It's actually not like inside. It's like laid on top of one of the bags.
Okay, that's
I figured
good.
that would be a priority for you.
It's not a cart either. It's like a wagon. Like imagine like a traveling snake oil salesman wagon with like the big amazing magician on the side.
Doesn't say that.
I don't know. It has an alternate personality of Keth. I can't think a name for it yet. But yeah, so there's like a bed and like a little sleeping area, and even inside there.
Yeah. So you find your sword, and all of your things that you left on the boat are all there.
I put them all away.
Yeah, because Palin also, I don't think, brought all of. He didn't bring all of his stuff onto the museum island with him. So anything that he left.
No, I left my backpack with like my rations and whatnot. I think.
You've got all of your stuff, anything that you didn't have in this area, and then you guys each have sleeping quarters now, like a nice little sleeping quarters, a bed, a chest, a desk, a couple lamps, like oil lamps and stuff. So, where do you guys want to go?
I want to go see the Glen to check on my horses.
You're gonna go to Alona's area. Does everybody want to go to Alona's area? I assume that
I just want
Zan wants to go to Alona's area. Maybe.
I'm fine with it. I have no idea what's going to happen now, so I don't need to be the first one.
Well, but Kath wants to
meet
go to
their
horses.
So I'm gonna check on my horses, make sure they're fine and taken care of. Then I'm gonna go to the Crafton Mart. And then I'm gonna go to the Joshua.
Marathian's area.
And then be like, "Sup, we need those gauntlets. You can keep them. I just need to run some spells on them, please.
Okay. Well,
Also help with the spells."
Okay.
Definitely just gonna like try to figure out what sort of magic he was under, because it
that
was
would be
weird magic.
In this area anyway, so yeah, you can tackle, like, you can ask some questions there. Does anybody else have any desire to go anywhere different? Istis is also the clerics of Istis are looking for you.
I'm probably just gonna throw my stuff around one of the empty rooms, make it homey. I also have a letter to write. I heard there was a desk, so
Yeah, there's definitely a desk, but they had mentioned to you that Crafton Mart would have like paper and pens for you to use, and
Also
would be where you like send it out. Like that would be where you leave a
yeah,
letter.
but I need to write it first, so we can deal
Okay.
with that after.
All right. Well, if you want to stay behind while everybody else goes to
Check on the
check
horses.
on the horses, you can, or you can come with and write as you're walking. I don't know. It's up to you.
No, I'm gonna stay behind and walk. Menander wants to be alone right now.
Okay. So Menander stays behind. Palin, do you go with them to go to see the horses in Alona's area? And Barry, do you tag along as well?
Yeah, sure. I'll tag along.
Okay. So you guys use your map. The place is kind of a labyrinth because it's built into stone, but you find it, and probably could have like just followed, once you got kind of to the central area, followed the smell of greenery, because not much else is green in this area. But as you walk down the hallway that leads you there, you start seeing lots of moss on the ground that there isn't elsewhere, and small plants. And slowly those plants become less like things you think you would see in a cave, and more like things you think you would see in a forest. There's lots of matted wild grasses that have been pressed down from walking, but are still growing quite well. There's various trees and bushes, and the only thing that's keeping you from thinking that you'd be outside is that when you look all the way up past some of the branches of these trees, there's definitely a ceiling there of rock. But there are glowing orbs sort of placed throughout these areas that are letting out what you imagine must be sunlight to keep all of these plants alive. And they're just kind of floating towards the ceiling amongst all of these beautiful plants and flowers and bushes, and in the middle there is a large hut and that's sort of built out of wood and thatch. And to the right of that, there are some stables.
A lot of work has gone into this, I guess.
Yes, you see various clerics of Alona tending to lights and tending to some animals. You actually see one of your horses out grazing. Which one? Zachary? Zachary
I
is...
had two big horses and then a riding horse.
So your riding horse is...
Fabian Jr.
Fabian Jr. is being tended to, is being brushed by a cleric of Alona as he grazes. And if you went over to the stables, you'd see that the other two are resting in the stables.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Along
over
with a
and
bunch of other horses.
give a treat to Fabian and talk to the clerics.
Okay. So the cleric that you come up to is actually a dryad. So this creature's very humanoid looking for a dryad, but skin is still very barky. And he says to you, "This is a lovely horse. What a wonderful beast. Is this your horse?
Yes,
What a beautiful, beautiful riding horse. What a sweet disposition."
it was a gift from a ruling lord.
Oh, that's lovely. They must have treated their horses very well.
I bet give him a treat.
My name is... Oh, geez. My name is... Acorn. No, that's bad.
Acorn?
No.
Her name is Acorn? The dryad's name is Acorn.
It's he. It's a he. No, no.
You were using a very female voice.
Are there male dryads even?
Well, this one is.
I would imagine that
Well, I mean, they're sexless, I guess, but it's as a more
they don't have to be
male...
sexless. Maybe some.
No,
just-
not sexless. But I always was under the impression that dryads are all female.
Well, this one apparently identifies as male.
My name is...
All right.
My name is...
Was it Genospur?
My name is Vinto.
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 She's Italian?
He's
Italian?
Sure. He's a dryad. My name is Vinto, and I am the head cleric of Alona here, at least at this installment. It's lovely to meet you, and you have beautiful horses. Even your other horses, very beautiful. They were just brought in. They are resting. The two pack horses are resting, and
Yes, Zachary and Martin.
Zachary and Martin, okay. And this beautiful specimen seems like he wanted a little bit to eat, so I'm letting him graze. Welcome. From what I understand, you are one of the new vessels here, yes?
Yes.
Okay,
I guess.
well, that's just fantastic. I'm so glad. So glad such a care of animals is going to be involved. Do you worship Alona?
Growing up as a wood elf, I have worshipped her before.
Course. That would make sense.
I'm not
wouldn't it?
currently involved in the church religion.
Oh, well, you are
cult.
welcome back into our fold whenever you are interested. Your friends. I'm sorry, I did not introduce myself to you as well. Oh, I do recognize a ranger among your ranks. Are you a worshiper of Alona?
Yes, I guess that's the goddess of my tribe, and we as protectors swear our fealty to her. So
Well, welcome to our area. You are
That means
obviously welcome here whenever you need some time in the woods. I know
wait.
it must be very hard being away from the forest for you then, and this is our little forest. So you are welcome here whenever you are weary and need some time amongst nature. But you do also, friends, are welcome as well.
that's
Everyone.
actually quite nice of you. Thank you. These trees are very nice and I guess well cared for. So I'll probably be visiting from time to time. This is nice. Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad. Well, your names. I'm sorry, I did not. I gave you my name, which was Vito. But your names. Let me please introduce yourselves. I'm so sorry. I've been a little bit scattered after this whole ritual thing has wounded many of my followers. I feel very distracted.
Yes, sorry about that. It was a little bit much for us to deal with.
We did not expect such an attack. But your names, yes, sir.
You can call me Zan, I guess.
Lovely to meet you.
Excuse me?
Lovely to meet you.
Yes. The pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
And the rest of you?
I'm Keth. He's a bit distracted drawing. He's pulled out a notebook and he's kind of sketching some stuff.
Okay. So Pinto turns to Palin and Barry and asks for introductions with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Barry. I flex. Barry flexes slightly.
Oh, Barry, I think I have a friend in the clericdom of Cord that I feel would have much kinship with.
Yes.
Go and visit when you have a chance. And you, sir.
I'm Palin. Hi.
Hi, Palin.
So still very confused. There was lots of magic. Weird magic.
Okay. Hey, so Pinto gives you a 1 minute finger, just and then goes sort of off behind the horse into a sort of little denser period of trees and comes back with a flower and pulls the leaves off of the flower and sort of puts his hands out like this for you to take the petals from the flower.
I take the petals?
And he says, I recommend that you make a tea with these flowers, some hot water and these petals. They should help clear your mind.
Ooh.
You all are welcome here whenever you feel you need some rest amongst nature. But I'm going to go and tend to some of the other horses. And I hope to see you all soon, and I hope we will work together on the project that is this collective of various religions sort of coming together and really working for good. And so he gives you a little wave and heads off into the grove. Oh wait, Zan, did you have a question before he heads out?
Yes, actually. Do you have any idea how this whole vessel stuff works? Because
it is my understanding that we are currently searching for various relics, and each god has not really a summoning ritual. That makes it sound so base, but a ritual that connects their followers most deeply with them. And we are gathering the items needed to perform this ritual for all of the gods here. Ours is a long, winding road of searching through various forests, and we don't even really know quite yet what we're looking for with Alona, but some of the other groups have gathered the items partially needed or know what the ritual that they need to work on is, and we're all working to the goal of performing these smaller rituals to bring down the power from the gods and get a greater connection. And that's my understanding, at least. I think there's some people who have a little clearer idea of what's going on. Mora is pretty much in charge. I think you've spoken with her. She let us know that she was going to be sort of your liaison. The if you have any further questions beyond that, but that's my understanding. All right, so Vinto goes off, and you guys are free to leave or whatever. I'm gonna head over to Meridian now, or to the Crafton Mart. I mean, you should probably wait for Menander to head to what is essentially the store / post office.
We can meet him there. He's probably done with his letter.
You think you're done? Is Menander had his?
I was planning on interjecting as they went to the Crafton Mark. I was just saying, like, you bump into him there. So,
do you guys want to go there first, or do you want to go to Meridian first?
Yeah, I guess since there is no immediate action required on the whole vessel business, so
yeah, no one has told you have like something to do except that Estes cleric group is looking for you. But other than that, you guys don't have any. Like, no one's told you like, hey, you have to be here at this time. Like, no one said that to you. So, Corel and Lorthian or Craft Mart?
Craft Mart.
Okay.
We'll go to Corel and Lorthian.
Okay, so you guys, the major group heads over to the Craft Mart. Let me get you guys the list of items that is at the Craft Mart, so you can do a shop. But I guess you meet up with Menander on your way there.
I have sketched Bean Toast Cave Garden.
bean toast?
Bean Toast's Cave Garden.
Bean toast.
So coming up on this view, the Crafton Mart is a big structure, big store, and it is run by a dwarf who is standing outside, sort of leaning, kind of tinkering with a piece of wood and some stone that he's working on putting something together. And as you guys come by, he gives you like wide arms and a big warm dwarf smile and says, welcome to the Craft Mart, my heroes. Our new vessels. I am so excited to meet you. Please come inside and look at the wares that I am offering, and make some purchases if you are interested. Otherwise, I would be happy to pass along any letters you need sent out, or fix up any items that might be damaged.
What is this?
This list of items is the greatest thing I have seen in fucking weeks.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy my item.
Oh, I totally missed that
yes.
link.
The perfectly normal ring.
Multi-boots.
The multi-boots.
At some point, we have to get a very multi-boots.
Well, once one of you
Yes.
has more than one boot that to use, perhaps
Yeah,
that
we
would
have
be
to have
an
2
easy
pairs
way.
of magical boots first.
The Wand of Create 1 is also very good. And
So
also super useful.
I don't think so.
it
Yes,
literally
it is.
it doesn't create, the other wand disappears, so you still end up with
Yeah.
one wand of create wand.
It's just a way to always have a stick.
But it's just a wand. Like it's a wand. It's just like maybe it could be like this big.
It's
Anyway,
the dumbest thing, and I love it.
Sometimes you don't need a stick where you are. You need a stick someplace else.
I told you.
that
I
is-
told you that good wand of
That
create
is
wand
literally
very
the only use it has.
Yeah.
You could use it to prop open a door.
Okay, so Archibald, who is the dwarf that welcomed you in, sort of leads you to these shelves, and there are descriptions of the items tacked on under the items, and you guys are welcome to look around and decide how you want to purchase things.
I'm buying Rocky the Very Good Rock Boy.
Yeah, I was going to do that.
Okay, fine. You can take Rocky the Very Good Rock Boy.
I think that was also an Alex
Rocky the Very Good Rock Boy and Multi Boots are my 2 creations.
out of this, yeah. There's some armor, there's
Wreath
some,
of the Greek grammar god.
yes. Greece of the Greek grammar god is my version of the Ring of the Grammarian.
Very
Because I thought it
nice.
was more fun that way. But you guys can't read Greek because Greek doesn't exist in this world. So I thought that would be fun.
I also love that Rocky is a +4 rock.
Well, because otherwise it would do like any damage.
He does a minimum of 5 damage, which is pretty good. But he's a.
I also love that it's a rock with +4 to hit somehow. It's just a very good throwing rock.
It's just very aerodynamic.
Or maybe it steers itself.
Yeah, who knows?
Fucking
I always
booming
imagine
rocks.
having like speckles that form a smile.
I very much enjoy the Gourd of Traveling Meals. I think
I would like some clarification on that, however.
so. Literally, when you're holding the Gourd of Traveling Meals, you can summon up to 5 pounds of any food that you can conceive of that includes a vegetable component.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's my purchase.
Okay, so Commander buys the Gourd of Traveling Meals.
I will subtract 300 from my character sheet.
Commander
I mean,
there.
that's just a good thing to like have.
Right, but it's also part of my character's like RP stuff. Is that I'm separated from my husband, who's a baker, and the thing I miss about him most is his cooking. So.
Well, I hope he bakes vegetable breads, because then you'll be good.
What if he just cooks with vegetable oil?
No, I wouldn't count that as a vegetable. Like, it needs to be a vegetable, not like something derived from a vegetable.
Will do nuts count?
It's not a vegetable, no.
Very
It
quick
comes
question.
from a plant.
I know we
Not a vegetable.
Fire!
I know
I
we
think you're
did
thinking
figure
of
this,
vegetal.
this out by. I already forgot again. So, how much did we get paid in advance?
You have 650.
So each one of you has 650 plus whatever starting gold you had if you kept track.
Okay, 650 plus starting gold. Check.
So
That I
there's
can deal with.
armor here. I know some people were interested in buying armor. There's some armor. There's some questionably useful items. There are some
There
useful
is some
items.
armor here, but the only armor I'm allowed to wear is worse than my current armor. So, I'll be gourd.
What kind of
I'm
armor
tempted to.
do you have?
I'm
I'm
tempted
currently
to
wearing
buy.
light armor. You have a piece of heavy armor here, and then you have the breastplate, which is medium, but I don't use ranged weapons, so I can't use that.
There's
And
also
then
scale mail, I think, is medium as well. or
Skill
heavy?
mail? I think it's heavy. I'll go check. I interpreted it as heavy.
I think it's heavy.
Oh, I thought it's medium because I don't think any of you can use heavy, so I don't think I put
He can
heavy.
use heavy.
Oh, we can? I thought you told me no one can. But I didn't put it.
I was wrong because he's a bard of the school of.
No. I looked this up.
Scale mail is medium armor.
Skill mail is in fact medium armor. Okay.
Yep, AC 14.
I was considering buying the.
I'm missing it up with chainmail.
I'm considering buying the powder and the mossy ropes to have a sick combination.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it would mean with the require decent fortitude to stomach them. So.
Uh,
I think
the powder is really expensive. I'm gonna get the engineers bandoliers.
Okay. That just means you'd have to make a fortitude save to see if you don't get sick from eating it. That's all.
Okay, what's my fortitude?
I have an extra 50 that I can.
Give to someone if someone
Yeah.
needs it.
I need to check how. Well, no, buying armor is dumb. I'm not.
You don't need
armor is not my thing.
unless you want one of the effects that the armor has, like because the armors have other effects, but I don't think you need one very pretty show.
Are you sure you mean fortitude? Because I don't find that in my stats.
It should
Sorry,
be-
Constitution.
Oh, also, if I cook a meal, if I like, Kath usually cooks a home meal every day when we wake up. That gives you advantage on Constitution saves, specifically for illness and sicknesses. So you could use the mossy robes pretty well.
There's also the breastplate, which is actually more attuned to someone who is a ranged attacker.
What the heck? Why is this keep happening?
Yeah, I was thinking about the breastplate. Is that medium armor too?
Yes, it is.
And you can look up breastplate. Why do you keep changing the color of the text?
Because then your eyes kind of naturally pass over because that was already bought.
Oh, okay, sure. If you want to do that. It's just hard to read.
Not that hard to read.
Yeah, breastplate is also AC 14 plus Dex.
Yeah, no, I meant for Zan. Does
Wait, AC 14 plus Dex.
Yeah, the way armor works in 5th edition is that it makes your AC be something rather than giving you bonuses to AC.
Yeah.
Actually, I clicked and dragged. I did it bad. There we go.
does Barry, is there anything that Barry is interested in?
Well, Barry is very interested in these extremely classy and good-looking suspenders.
Oh yeah,
What?
Suspenders of Disbelief.
Are you also going to get Rocky the Very Good Rock Boy?
He can't afford the suspenders. He'll need help from someone else.
No one has that much money.
Yeah.
That would take 2 people's worth of money.
Palin will 100% buy the Wand of Create wand just because he thinks it's neat.
Okay, so Palin is buying the Bond of Create.
It would be a pretty interesting magic.
Yeah, and he's into the magics.
You know what this is good for? Distracting someone.
I mean that too, but magics.
Do I get any negative effects from wearing medium armor compared to?
I don't think so. It depends on what kind of medium armor, but like you can, if you look up breastplate, like go to like breastplate 5E,
Yeah.
it should tell you. I don't think it does. Some armor gives you like disadvantage on stealth and things like that. Not that you're particularly like a stealth guy, but I don't think the breastplate does. Right, so
Yeah, so that would actually be a good investment for me.
okay, so you want to do the breastplate for Zan?
Yeah.
Oh, the Engineer's Bandoliers is a set of armor.
Yeah, it's leather armor.
A little bit to be better. It's leather. It's a set of leather armor, yes.
Leather armor? I would want some pleather armor.
Leather, yes. Okay, so
Barry wants walk friend.
traveling meals.
Barry's buying the.
Barry's buying the Rocky the Very Good Rock Boy.
You could also buy the. What else could you buy?
Well, we could buy the bag of beans.
Well, I have 400 gold here. Can we combine forces?
Sure.
I also have like 649 that I
I have
can.
50.
I have 500 left.
Well, altogether, you might be able to buy the Suspenders of Disbelief, or
Or we could come back later.
that's true. You could save your money and come back later. You might also be able to like put your money together, buy like the Crystal Parrot. Can't get the Grease of the Greek Grammar God quite yet.
Wow, 5,000. That's pretty good.
A really good item.
Yes. You know who should get that item? Barry.
The one
Do you
who
need
fell
really
out
uncomfortably dry lips?
and just nothing else?
Technically, we can all keep using it.
Yeah, you're gonna need to put a limiter on that, but it is
It
a good
has-
item.
It has a limit one
Per character.
like one use per day per person that uses it. So you need a long rest before you can use it again.
But
But like all of you could use it. But
Menander and Palin can both use it.
yes,
Those are the 2 spellcasters.
that's why it's 5,000. because you guys can share it technically if you can hand it off during combat or whatever.
I technically have magic too, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rangers get spells too.
So 3, yeah. See, I assumed that, yeah. That's why, one of the reasons why it's so expensive is I want you all to be able to use it once. Like, day.
And I could change my spell's snare to scare, for example.
That would be great. Or spare, if someone was dying.
No, a spare if I'm out of ammo. If I don't have any arrows anymore.
I was thinking too.
Fire Hall.
I mean, technically, I suppose I can cast Beast Sense and speak with animals.
Okay.
Don't know how I'd
So
change them.
everybody but Keth can use this, is what I'm hearing?
Pretty much.
But, well,
Yeah, I have no magic at all.
it'd be a stretch to say Barry can use them.
All right, so are you guys good for now? Maybe come back later.
Hold on.
Think
How
about
much
it.
money do we have left over?
Okay, so why don't we just make Alex do all of this? I have 400 free after buying my thing.
Do bring up the calculator.
Same here, 400.
400, so that's 800.
I
You
have
guys can buy
600.
an object powder if you wanted to.
We have to buy the perfectly normal ring.
Okay, I buy it. I have enough
Do
money for it.
we?
It's mine.
Do we? It's a perfectly normal ring. I have like 3 of those.
I know, but it could be so fun. I think that we
It's
should
a
buy
ring that does nothing. It's a perfectly normal copper ring.
but it's finely crafted.
It's not that finely crafted.
It
And Barry
is-
has a good eye for this kind of thing.
Palin detects no magic and is therefore not interested.
We need to get the bag of beans, so you should spend your money, your extra money, Barry, and get the bag of beans.
Why do you need to get the bag of beans?
We don't need to get every item we come across.
It's true. Why don't
I mean, that's what I think.
you
But the
really-
bag of beans, I mean, Kath is like, all these things could be useful at some point. You never know. We should take them.
Those beans don't look that tasty. Barry is uninterested.
Well, there is a set of leather armor here that is completely and totally edible.
True.
But I don't think Barry needs armor, does he?
The only armor Barry
No, but
needs
he
is
does
his
need
giant
food.
pecs.
Oh no, but Blaine made that as a robe that you could put over yourself. You could put over your armor, right?
No, it's leather armor. I mean, it's leather
Oh,
armor.
okay. I know you were thinking about that.
I'm gonna take a quick bio break while we're doing this. Be right back.
There are so many pockets. Okay.
Without stripping you naked, you'll never find everything.
You made this specifically for me.
I found it. For Donna. 'Cause I knew
It's
what-
almost like she knows you.
Well, I didn't even make. That's not one of the ones I made. Some of these I made.
Yeah, some of you crowdsourced, some you found, and some you made, right?
Yes, many more of the ones that you guys will be getting randomly will be things that I made, that me and Alex or I made. Alex did not make the ones he gets, though, generally.
I did make one, but I forgot what it did.
Yes. Alex has a very short-term memory for these sorts of things, so it doesn't really
Well, that's
matter.
because I have my own campaign to worry about. That's why I
Yes.
take extensive notes.
Can you make it so that I can actually see the screen, like when Haramus gets back?
No.
Maybe he'll just say,
Not
"I'm
yet.
back."
So I suppose you said the Crafted Mart was also our post office?
Yes. So Archibald, is that his name?
Archibald?
Archibald is like still standing out front, and but there's like a big bag of mail, like not that big, but there's a bag of mail that's like kind of sitting next to him.
Okay.
So if you can go and talk to him and ask him to mail whatever you need.
Yeah, I probably should. So yeah, I'll go aside and I'll get Archibald's attention, and I'll just kind of wave the letter.
Oh yes, if you need a letter mailed, hand it on over. Happy to get that going for you. People come here a lot, so sort of like, we do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I handed him 3 letters.
Okay, so he takes all your letters. Okay, good. Do you guys need to add anything into buy a nice little trinket? Add in with these and send along some money. Anything needs to go along with it.
Send a perfectly normal ring.
Send a perfectly normal ring.
To your mistress.
A ring, finely crafted.
It's not even finely crafted. It's not remarkable.
No, it's just copper.
It's just a copper ring.
He says it's finely crafted, though.
As a dwarf, he should know more than
But he's also, trying to sell you them.
My AC is gonna go down, but I have uncanny dodge, so I can half my damage.
Your AC goes down by wearing armor?
It's studded leather armor.
So it goes down by what, 1 point?
Yeah, single point. I'll live. So that I can carry more things? Hell yeah.
Well, potentially, if you get strip searched, keep one more thing.
I'm also just gonna assume that I'm just gonna take off all the pouches that I have on me
Yeah.
and say that those are on the bandolier.
Those are in the pockets.
So is the armor just your stuff?
Yes.
Sort of.
That's what gives you protection. You're hitting all my ball bearings and caltrops and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the way 5e deals with armor. So.
Yeah, I really like Pathfinder's piecemeal, but, I understand it's a little weird for some people, a little too technical.
Yeah.
I worry about my individual pauldrons.
Well, but the other thing is, I don't care about that. Like, that I don't mind. What I don't like is that, basically for Palin, because of the way armor works, Palin will never benefit from armor, which sucks. I can't,
Yeah, because I get an unarmored bonus due to being a draconic sorcerer. That's way better than any armor I would ever care to wear.
Yeah,
well,
but
here's the thing about 5e magic users and armor. If you gain proficiency in an armor for any reason, now you can wear that armor with no penalty and be a spellcaster.
yeah, but it doesn't give him a benefit. That's
Yes,
the thing.
it does.
Because he's a dragonborn, his
Yeah,
AC.
not unless it makes my AC 13, more than 13 plus dex.
Right, you get benefits from armor as Dragonborn if the armor that you'd wear would grant you a higher armor class than the natural armor.
Yeah, but
And my natural armor is 13, which is actually real good.
But what I'm saying is you take the feat to wear heavy armor, say, you can now wear full plate with no penalty.
yeah, that would be the only armor that he could wear is heavy armor. But then heavy armor has its own downsides, like sneak and stuff like that. It has its own downsides, which sucks because I can't just make better leather armor for you guys. That would increase your AC more because that's
we could get Hub some mithril full plate. Mithril metal armor means no disadvantage on stealth.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's not like Palin cares about stealth because he throws fire.
Oh, okay, sure.
Would you say your armor is?
13 plus dex, so lots.
So as long as you're wearing something better than a chain shirt, so you could wear medium armor. You could get a set of half plate, or a breastplate.
Half plate's heavy.
Yeah, I could, but
Breastplate is not heavy. Breastplate is medium. It always has been.
Okay, I have for selling the.
So Heth is selling back his old studded leather armor.
I'm gonna buy.
Gold.
I'm gonna buy the perfectly normal ring.
Okay, sure.
You're a silly person.
It's so in character for Kath to have something. I have imagined in the next few sessions, Kath is gonna buy a remove curse scroll.
Okay, but that can't. No, come on. That's
He
from a
always
totally
has
different
bad
thing.
things happen to him. And he's just gonna be like, I'm already cursed. I just need to make sure.
I just need to get that lip balm.
Yeah, that's a save up item. So if you guys hold your money. Maybe you can get to that lip balm.
There's 35 platinum.
Well, mostly I want it for a single spell. At level 3, it's called Bestow Curse, and I could cast it as Bestow Purse, and they physically cannot get rid of that purse for the next whatever hour.
What
So
is
you
it?
just like make a purse like in someone's mouth and they can't get rid of it.
What would pure wounds be like?
Pure wounds? I don't know. Maybe
It just really hurts.
or maybe you just like make someone into literally just a pile of wounds. I don't know.
I thought maybe it's a strong. So the base is cure wounds. Maybe it's a stronger
Maybe
healing
it's
spell.
like, I don't know. Maybe you cause like holy damage to someone. Anyway, so now that you're back, okay. So Archibald sells you all of these things, and then he says, "Oh, I heard. Someone told me that the Istis cult is looking for you. The Istis clerics are looking for you. They've got some cool shit. If you want some more cool shit, you should go to the Istis cult."
Is Archibald bald?
Sure.
That's just my headcanon. He's got like a skull.
Yeah, I was imagining just this little, almost perfectly spherical dwarf.
And then he's got like that thing that some of the dwarves in like Lord of the Rings movies have, where he's like bald down to his ears, and then just has like really long hair from there.
Yeah,
like
and a gigantic beard.
Yeah,
and a
like
big nose.
huge beard and a big bulbous nose. Anyway, he says, go. You should go. You want some cool stuff, and then if you don't like that cool stuff, you sell it to me. You give me that cool stuff, I'll sell it to someone else. We'll all benefit. I mean, you might like the cool stuff, and then you can keep it, but if you don't like that cool stuff, you bring it here, sell it to me. I'll give you a good price. I think that's a big thing.
Okay, so I guess we head over there.
Okay, so do you guys want to go to the Istis? The followers of Istis?
Sure. Why not?
Okay, so you guys head over to the followers of Istis. Their room is filled with scrying bowl and various like fortune telling devices. There's lots of packs of cards around. There's lots of like pedestals with big flat bowls of water on them. And in the far corner you see a huge big machine. And it's got kind of like a claw that's attached to an arm, and then there's a big bowl underneath it that has like fog floating on top of it, kind of like as if there were like a fog machine, like a very light floating fog, and then beneath it there's a big bowl, and there's a handle, and there's like a crank, and there's someone standing next to it. There's a male half-fae elf with like floor-length silver hair and like what looks like a silvery cloth, almost like blindfold, but he doesn't have it over his eyes. It's like sitting just above, kind of like pushed up towards his hair. And he's kind of just like standing by this machine and playing with the gears a little bit and just like touching it lightly. And all around there are various other followers of Istis, and some of them have blindfolds on and like are dealing out cards, and some of them are resting. And from what you guys know of Istis, this makes a lot of sense. These are the kinds of people that follow Istis. Can you move off of that now?
Yes, I'm done copying all the stuff.
Okay, thank you. So, so there you are. Do you want to grab someone's attention?
I would like to try out my new magic item because I just bought the thing.
Sure. What is it? What does your magic item do?
So my magic item gets me any food item that I can conceive of, as long as it contains a vegetable.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so your definition of vegetable is culinary, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I want a meat pie, with like onion, sweet bell peppers, and I don't know what animal would I be eating in the desert. Goat.
Rabbit.
Sure. I like
Goat.
goats.
Yeah, goat makes sense.
That's pretty good.
So you use it, and there you go. You have this meat pie. Did I put a limit on how many times you're allowed to use that?
I don't think it is.
Twice. Twice
per
a day.
Okay, so you have a very beautiful, very warm meat pie.
Does it pull this from somewhere else in the world?
I
Or-
hope it does.
You have
I,
Someone's
as a player, hope it does.
and they drop their fork and they bend down and pick it up and it's just gone.
you have absolutely no idea. I mean, you could try and test it by like making a food thing and then summoning that same exact food thing and seeing if you still have that food thing, but that wouldn't be definitive if it doesn't disappear because there could be another one of that somewhere in the world, the multiverse, if you believe it.
But
Well,
one of my
like,
uses will be
write a
legitimate.
message into the pastry.
Barry, what was that?
You could like write a message into. Oh, microphone's in the wrong place.
Yeah.
You could write a message into the pastry
Yeah, but
to
you wouldn't
uniquely
know.
identify it.
You wouldn't know if yours didn't disappear. Like if yours was still there, that doesn't necessarily mean it's summoning it out of nothing because someone else could have happened to have made that same exact.
Yeah, but you make it as unique as possible to increase the odds that if it is pulling from something that already exists,
Yeah.
it has to pull the thing you made.
True. Yeah, you could say, and it also has this written in the top. I guess so. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You have your warm meat pie.
That's all I wanted.
Okay. So now you're standing in the middle of this group of people who are scrying, and you have this warm meat pie. And some people have looked over and sort of looked at you, probably because it smells good. And they're just kind of like glancing over their shoulders at you guys. What are you? You guys are just standing there.
I clear my throat.
Okay, like loudly.
Hey, we're here.
Okay, so the man that's standing by the machine at the back turns around and he says, "Welcome, welcome. I have been waiting for you guys. I have been waiting, and Istis told me you would be coming, and I am so glad." And he comes and he takes that like the bandana, or not really bandana, the piece of cloth that was previously possibly covering his eyes. He takes it off and he sort of wraps it around his wrist, and he says, "Istis smiles upon you. Istis brings you here. Your fate has always been to this moment. We thought we had picked out the people that would fulfill this quest, but we're wrong. Istis has brought you to us, and I am so happy, and I wish to share my joy with you in the way that Istis has taught me, and I wish to give you a gift from Istis, if you will accept."
I missed this person's name.
Oh, he didn't.
We'll just call him Giftus. Giftus, the cultist of Istis.
Exactly.
What is this person?
He is very tall. He's a half Fey elf. He's very, very tall, has like silvery hair that goes all the way down to the floor. Very like
That's very
lean
long
and
hair.
lithe and very Fey. His movements are very smooth and magical looking. He's like very beautiful. Very tall for someone that's half Fey. Like fantastically tall. Very, very tall for an elf.
Elves are already tall.
Yeah.
So he's like 7 feet tall?
Yeah, he's
In D&D, no, they're not. In Pathfinder, yes. In D&D, no. In D&D, elves are shorter than humans.
yeah, but he's very, very tall for, so he's probably like 5.5 feet to 6 feet. He's like very tall for an elf.
Oh, okay.
Just so that if you'd be so kind to step up, I would love to give you a gift from Istis.
So, step up.
Step up.
I'm very
Sir,
confused.
sir, I have been told, oh yes, names. I was given your names. Caravan came. I think, well, Kath then? Kath?
Valerie.
Cathelry, come to our wonderful machine. The dwarves have helped us with this. It is a twist of fate that will give you a gift from Estes. Would you mind? He like motions
Giftus
at
wants to have you a little twistus?
he hands you. He like
Get this with the twistus.
he takes the blindfold off of his arm and he goes motions as if for you to like tie it. He's like,
I am very distrusting of this. Okay.
so
This feels like a charlatan routine.
so do you put it around your eyes?
Yes.
And then while your eyes are covered, he puts your hand on like a crank.
Okay.
He says, just keep going until it stops. Keep going. So yeah, he's asking you to crank it.
Okay.
So you turn the crank, and when it stops, you let go. Hopefully, like
Sure.
when it won't go any further, you let go.
Sure.
And the claw on the top of the arm sort of moves, kind of like you can't see this, but everybody else can. The claw kind of moves as the crank spins back in the other direction, and when the crank stops, it stops and it dips down below the fog, and it grabs something, and it comes up. And Alex, roll me a d10. Let's find out what you get.
2.
2. It comes up with a small, like a parcel. It looks like a piece of clothing wrapped in paper.
Damn
And
it! I just bought new armor.
It drops a piece of clothing on you. Do you open it up? On the tag, it says, written on the tag on the rope that's around it, it says, Cloak of Social Invisibility.
Okay.
Do you open it up?
Yes.
All right. You
I see
open
my
it up,
fake-
and inside is a very lightweight cloak. And it's just like, when you open it up and you leave it out, it's really hard to look at. Like, you just don't want to look at it.
So I'm a gray man from Wheel of Time.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
Someone that's like just so plain and average that you just kind of look right by them.
So the Istis guy who you've Giftus, that's what you called him. That's your name for him. Giftus grabs it and says, yes. A wonderful piece. People will not see you as easily when you're wearing this. It's very, very useful. But be wary that if you do something too ostentatious and too dangerous, it still might not work always. But it will allow you to pass unseen in many situations.
Can you copy the description into Discord?
Do you want to see the mechanics or?
No, you have two things: given description and hidden mechanics.
gift us the description. In the notes you want it or in the regular part?
Notes. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're the GM. I just don't want to have to type.
There you go. Okay. And so, do you guys want to ask what his actual name is, or do you just want to call him?
Yeah. What is his name? I'm still gonna call him Giftus regardless of his name.
His name is Sunsheen.
Sunsheen.
So Sunsheen, like does sort of like this motion is like next.
Maybe Giftus his title. It's Sunsheen, the Giftus of Istus.
The Giftus of Istus.
I have Sunsheen Giftus, Roller of Fate.
Next, this is a wonderful, fateful item for you. I feel truly that it speaks to your nature. Do you feel that way?
Sure.
I hand Palin my half-eaten meat pie, and I step forward.
He frowns at you, Kat, because you don't seem so pleased.
Palin is like still sort of out of it, and he just takes his meat pie he's been handed. He's just staring at it.
Barry is just mildly uncomfortable by all of this.
Okay, so Menander comes up, and you get handed the blindfold.
Yes, I do the blindfold. I tie it up. I play along. I'm a good sport.
You're a good boy. Okay, you put your hand on the.
I check my wallet and everything. From like.
You put your hand on the handle of the crank, and you turn it. I imagine.
Yep, I crank it until it stops. I let go.
And the same thing happens. Sort of, the crane moves in an irregular, kind of smooth pattern, and it stops in a different position. Roll me a d10.
Why don't the people cranking it choose when to stop? Wouldn't that be fate?
I got 10.
No, not in this case. You got a 10. Okay, well, let's see. This is gonna be fun. I think I know what 10 is. Oh yeah, I do know what 10 is. So the crane comes up, and there is a very small box, like tiny. So you get this little tiny box, and on the outside of the box it says, "Fisherman's Friends Lozenges," and then beneath it says, "Captivating Cherry, mentholated for strong accents." And so Sunshine grabs the box out of the crane and says, "Oh yes, a very interesting item. I hear that it gives you the ability to impersonate and inhabit different people's accents. Very interesting. Here you go." And he hands it to you.
The fisherman's friend? Is that what you called it? You want to do the same thing you did for Zella and copy it in the Discord?
Oh yeah, sure, I'll do that.
By the way, Kath has now put on the cloak.
So everyone's it's almost like you disappeared. But they can kind of tell you're there because they saw you before.
So it just takes a pretty good perception check to see me.
Yeah.
Mentholated. Okay, yes. So thank you. I'll put it in my sack, and I need to write it on my character sheet.
"I use in good health," he says. And he gestures for one of the rest of the three of you to come up.
Barry will give it a shot.
Okay, Barry. So he gives you the blindfold, and then do you put it on?
Sure.
Okay, so he takes your hand and he puts it on the crank, and
Crank away.
you turn it, and then you let go, and
No, Barry, not that way.
and then he breaks it all, and no one gets anything else.
No.
So he turns it, and it stops, and the crane sort of moves around. Gotta give me a roll.
8.
8. Oh, this is a good one. This is a real good one. So it goes down, and it pulls out a very small parcel, but still almost like the size of a piece of jewelry or a small piece of armor. It's in a little box. So the box comes out, and Sunshine pulls the blindfold off of you and opens the box up, and inside is a bronze armband, and there's a brain sort of etched into the bronze, and it seems somehow it's pictured as if the brain is kind of flexing, because it's kind of wider in some directions, almost like if you looked at an arm flexing, except the brain's flexing.
Oh.
And he says, yes. Oh, this is the bronze over brains armband. This will allow you to use your strength to overcome questions of deep thought. And he hands it to you.
That is what I already do. Barry is just puzzled by this and looking at his biceps.
He's like, how do I make this?
It's just, how is this anything new? Barry always uses his brawn to overcome questions of deep thought.
Mechanically, it's going to let you substitute your strength, for an intelligence skill check. So if you do an intelligence skill check, you just use your strength number instead.
Considering my intelligence is 9 and my strength is 16,
yeah,
this is a very good item mechanically.
I made the majority of the barbarian items, and I'm very pleased. There's also some that they're all great.
Some of them are funny, like the lozenges, and some of them are quite useful. And some of them are both.
Wait,
okay.
Is that how it's spelled?
Well, it's a bronze armband.
Yeah, it's bronze over brains.
I didn't realize that it was...
It's a pun.
It's
a play on words.
It's a triple pun because it's brawn over brains, but it's bronze over brains, and then it's
the brains over
why?
It's so good.
So Sunshine turns and says,
What's
Finland, one of you next?
Sure.
Okay, so he hands the blindfold. We go through the whole rigmarole. You turn the thing. It goes. Give me a roll of D10.
6.
Gotta keep track of which one you guys have. Ah, okay, interesting. So crane goes down. It pulls out something very small, even smaller than the box for the lozenges, and he takes it gently out of his hand. He takes the blindfold off of you. He opens it, and inside is a single coin. And on one side,
There's a call.
on one side, there's like a little skull, and on the other side, there's a heart. And he says, yes, yes, the all or nothing coin. It can bring you very good luck, or it can bring you very bad luck, depending on how it lands. And he hands it to you. So mechanically, because this is important, once per encounter, you can flip this coin, and if it lands on heads, so you can flip a literal physical coin, and if it lands on heads, or you can roll a D2 and a bot if you want. If you get heads, you get a 20. If you get tails, you get a 1.
Okay.
It must be once per short rest.
Short rest, excuse me.
Unless we're playing 4th edition.
I guess we're playing short.
I want to play 4th edition.
Per short rest. I will copy this one too. This could be great or could be terrible. It's up to you. Nope, that's the wrong one.
This is interesting because I have a thing here. Let me look. I know it must be around here. Yes. I have. I have some fake money
Cool.
from a Renaissance fair.
As long as it's clear which one is heads and which one is tails, then
I mean, there's a dragon on one side, so.
I guess
one?
that's tail. I'd imagine the
And
dragon.
there's literally a head on the other one.
Okay, yeah, so there we go. That's pretty easy. Okay, so Palin, come. Come, it's your turn. These have been so wondrous.
Palin hands the meat pie back to Menander.
You also have like a pile of petals. I don't know if you like put them into a pouch or something.
I like to imagine he's just walking around with them.
With like his hands like this.
Like he's still very confused and sort of out of it. So now as he hands the meat pie back, he recognizes, oh right, I still have these petals into a pouch.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so Pete gives you the blindfold. We go through the whole thing again. The crane moves around, and give me a roll of a D10.
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so
I can't read it, but I keep wanting to.
So another package comes up that's sort of clothing sized, and out it comes. It's wrapped in like butcher paper, and on the tag of the package it says, "Sexy yet functional yoga pants."
Yes!
Excuse me, what?
This is my creation.
Oh my god!
It's
hold
the
on.
sexy yet functional yoga pants.
Yep, I'll paste the whole thing into.
Is that not all yoga pants?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
They're extra functional.
So they have pockets?
Yes.
They're actually a powered exoskeleton that run for you.
They're pretty good too, but you have to actually be wearing yoga pants the whole time to be so. But there you go. There's your sexy yet functional yoga pants.
I mean, these are also like incredibly useful.
You guys should really move in these pants, and you look damn good too. They're +1 AC and +1 charisma while wearing them.
Like, these are the perfect pants.
I just imagine the Dragonborn be like, yeah, these look great. Check it
Okay.
out. Check out my ass.
So,
Can we talk about the term cut off robes? Because that's what's going to happen now.
so every time you guys finish sort of like an arc, you guys are going to come back to the hub, and you'll be able to go shopping, and you'll be able to go to Istis, and Istis will give you one item. So right now I have a list of 10 items for all of you. You guys have already had one, so there'll be 9. Next time, I'm hoping that there'll be a list of 20 items generally, but I didn't really have enough ideas to do that because I had started out with a party of 3, so I had a lot fewer items that I had to make up. So, but you all have quite a variety of things in there, and there'll be all sorts of things. There'll be like amulets and weird stuff that I made up, and armor and boots and all sorts of fun stuff.
There's
So
a lot of stuff that I made up.
there's a lot of fun little things. So you'll always get one fun little item that way, and then you guys can obviously spend your money how you would like in the craft and mart.
I do enjoy the Adventure Zone references here.
Yeah,
Well,
this
the vibe.
campaign was created out of this is because I wanted to do an Adventure Zone-esque kind of thing because I really enjoyed how that was set up and how fun it was. And I like having lots of magic items and having you guys find fun solutions. Like, I don't mind if you guys want to punch your way through things. Like, obviously Barry's going to want to do that 99.99% of the time. And I don't mind if you do that, but I love to give you guys fun shit to do that's stupid and interesting and unusual. So many of these items will be like kind of silly and like won't work in a lot of situations, but some of them will be super useful. Like the yoga pants are really fun, but also if you are wearing yoga pants everywhere, you might get some weird questions and looks because you are a dragon in yoga pants. So like it'll be fun and interesting.
I think that's a drawing in Keth's journal now.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's him trying on these yoga pants.
But seriously, if you see a massive dragon bone walking around in these sexy yoga pants, are you really going to question it?
True, it might have to be someone who's particularly powerful who feels they can take on a dragon before they would even say
Not
anything.
only are they too sexy, but they also have to feel confident enough to question their functionality, which they are clearly functional.
Very functional.
Yes.
All right.
Very, very much so, yes.
The Sunshine thanks you and says that it was his honor to give you these gifts and welcomes you to come back once you guys have seen more, had more contact with the gods, he says sort of vaguely, and bids you farewell unless there's something else you want to do in his area. And I know you guys wanted to go see the Corel and Lorethian group.
Yes.
So.
Oh wait, this has a bunch of divination people, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I take off the cloak.
Oh, okay. That's good. Important.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, where'd you go? Huh.
At the meantime, Keth was just taking all the stuff out of his backpack and putting it in all
Into
the
his
pockets,
bandoliers, into his new clothes.
which is actually what I was doing. I now have 8 different pockets on my shit.
Right, cool.
So I'm gonna say, can you locate a person based off of an object that they have contact with?
Yes, this is a diviner. The whims of fate will see our hand in whatever way, but it is possible.
Can I have one of you who could do such a spell come with me for just a few moments?
Let me see. Let me find someone for you. So he leans off and
Thank you, Giftus. I mean such.
Sure. So he wanders off and he finds a very young human girl. Like she's 14 maybe. She's very, very young. I don't know how well you guys know how young girls are, like humans, because none of you are human. Wait. Is Zen human? No.
Barry's human.
Barry's human. So
Okay.
Barry might know that this is a very young girl.
I'm like,
I mean, and
she's
you
at
all-
least 28.
And you all might know that she's young too. I don't know what your contact with humans are, but she's very young, and she was leaning over on the floor in front of a big metal, like bronze bowl that was very wide and shallow, and she had her eyes closed and was just like holding the bowl and sort of like tapping it with her fingers. And then Sunshine came and tapped her on the shoulder and said, and like spoke with her for a second, and she comes over to you. And she sort of bows a little bit, and she says, show me what you need.
Okay, so I'll say, first, we're going to go visit the Church of Corel and the Rathian.
Yes. And she just
It's kind of
follows you.
creepy.
Do you still have those journals, Kath?
Yes.
Because you could show her those, give her some context for what we're about to show her.
Sure.
Okay.
I pull out the journal that talks about the disappearance of Prang.
So she takes the journal, and she's like, very quickly moves through it, faster than you'd expect. So she goes through it, and she says, so this is the one about Prang, I assume?
Yes.
She says, I see. Prang, you wish to find her?
Yes.
Yes. Show me. And
So-
she follows you. So
So
you guys walk over to the Corel and Lorithian group, and it is just like a big elf party going on. But there's a lot of actually wounded people here because there was a large group of Corel and Lorithian. You see, Spy Boy has a big bandage over one of his eyes.
No!
Taravan,
His eyes were his best features.
well, one of them was. Taravan still has some bandages on, but he is like walking around looking through people. And he's talking to a younger high elf, like in her, like she's an adult, but only just. So I don't know what that would look like, but for you, or Keth would know that she's like young to be in such a position, but not like really young. She's like just an adult, just
So
around
like
where
50.
she's just about 50.
Older than me still.
Older than you, but not like terribly. And she's talking to Taravan, and you actually see that like behind them is a big chest that's got like a glass covering. So there's like a chest, and it's open, and there's various things inside of it, and there's some empty spots, but there's a big glass case surrounding it. And inside of it, you see your pouch with a little bit of dye on it, like open, and then there's the leather case and the gauntlets inside.
Okay.
So what do you do?
I want to go over to Taravan.
Taravan
The
sees you
caravan.
guys, and Taravan says, "Oh well, hello there. We haven't really spoken since you guys took my ship, and well, came back mostly okay. So
It
thanks
was
for that."
100% okay. Did not take any damage. That wasn't
Well,
how-
we did run it aground slightly.
Yeah, you kind of ran it directly into the ground. Like you specifically were like, "Shit, is this gonna hurt the boat?" And the answer was like, "Yeah, probably."
Oh
So
yeah.
you scraped up the bottom
You
real
can't
bad.
prove that the octopus didn't do that. Anyway, that's not why we're here.
I mean, I can prove the octopus didn't do that, Cash.
That's irrelevant.
But I gave you your money, and you guys are set.
Yes, but there's one other part that we have not completed yet.
Okay, what
The-
is that?
The gauntlets were given under the condition that we would be able to use a divination spell on it to find the person who wore them.
Oh yeah, yes. Okay, yes, we did. We did talk about that. Jossa here. So these are, the heroes and our vessels now, and they have been great help, and they found us those gauntlets. But there is like a little thing. So there's like an orc, I think. Yes, was it an orc
It was an orc.
that went missing? And well, went missing, and they were wearing the gauntlets, and well, the gauntlets didn't go missing, obviously, as well. But now no one knows where this person is, and it's in this group's interest to try and figure it out. So they want to just for a moment, just see the gauntlets of Corel Larithian. I know they are a high holy relic, and I will not let them take it away from you. But if you could, just let them try to divinate where this woman had come from or gone to, this orc lady. And Jasa sort of thinks for a second, and she's like, an orc though? Didn't have to be an orc, guys. Like, you befriended an orc.
Are you being racist right now?
I mean, the orcs have killed elves. Like, especially you should
This orc
understand.
was not killed. I am a forgiving person. She's high elf, correct?
Yes.
This is just like the high elves, always so stuck up.
Oh, well, you are welcome to leave, sir. This is our area.
That's not very in keeping with the father's teachings. He was the father of all elves.
True.
I will
Not
always
of
get in
orcs, though. But I will let you try this. But if you harm this relic, we're going to be in deep shit, because we need this for the next step. For Corel Larithian. We are so close. We are so very close to calling down his power and being able to contact him directly. So you better be very careful with these. And so she goes over and she opens up the glass case through like a series of like various magical runes on it, and like speaking and touching various parts of the case that it's in. And she opens it up, she pulls out the gauntlets, and she holds them in her hands, and she says, "Okay, so where is the diviner?"
Let's step aside and show.
So the little girl comes over, and Jasa looks a little less upset now, because it seems like maybe she knows the girl, and she hands the gauntlets over to the girl, and the girl sits down with them, and she takes out a blindfold from inside of her robes, and she ties it on, and she looks up, and she looks directly at you, Keth, and she says, "A bowl of water."
Okay. I have that.
You do?
Yeah, I have a bowl and I have a tankard of water.
Okay, so you give her a bowl of water. Perfect. Cool.
I don't
And
have.
so she puts her hands on the gauntlets, and she puts her hand on the surface of the water. Then she takes her hand off of the surface of the water, and she puts the bowl in front of her. And she it looks like she's looking at it, but she's still got a blindfold on. And so she sits there for a little while, quiet. And then all of a sudden she drops the bowl, and she sort of scoots back up away. And she takes the blindfold off, and she says,
I also have a map, just like right in my hand. Like, you need
she
this?
shakes her head.
Damn it!
Not on this plane. And she gives the gauntlets back. And she says,
Do you know which plane?
She says, "There was fire everywhere. I'm so sorry." And she gives you back your bowl with the water in it, and she walks away.
And I have a bowl of water. So now we have someone holding a bunch of petals, someone holding a half-eaten meat pie, and a bowl of water.
Yep.
Is she? Oh, she already left.
She's leaving, but you can grab her.
One more question.
Sure. Yes.
Is she alive?
I cannot tell.
Damn it.
I'm
This
so
was
sorry.
useless. Oh, it's not useless.
So, plane of fire then.
Yes.
Probably.
Or I guess it could be another plane that has a lot of fire on it. I can't think of another one.
The whole hell?
Hell. It could be in hell.
Well, as someone who knows about all magics, I can tell you, divination only works on the same plane.
Yeah. The item, the scroll. What'd the scroll do exactly?
No,
It
doesn't.
literally said sent you to a lake of fire. Like that was the entire description we got of the scroll.
I think that the scroll can send you, if there's nothing on your plane, it sends you to the close, it sends you to.
It's the plane of fire.
It sends you to whatever plane has it on it. think that was particularly in the description, but I might not have said that to you guys.
No, that you did say that. It was either transports you to the place like an ever burning lake of fire, if it's on the same plane, or if not, then it sends you to the. So now we know there's not an ever burning lake of fire on this plane. That's good to know. That's also bad.
Well, at least it's something we didn't know before.
Yep.
I'm very partial to not entering the plane of fire.
Everyone who likes to be alive is of that opinion too.
I mean,
Yeah.
it would be nice. It's warmer than it is here.
Okay, the
It does
team
sound
like the Dragon
very
Ball.
unpleasant.
Point over to Phelan. I'm like, you want to go to the plane of fire? I assume.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so just the tiefling.
Phelan's just like sitting on a rock, like with a mug of tea, just like smelling it. I'm good. This is good.
All right, so Joshua puts the items away and comes back and says, "I'm sorry for a rough start. I'm happy you guys are here. I'm very pleased that the ritual actually went through, considering what happened. I'm sorry there were so many casualties, but I know that was beyond your help. I'm glad to see that you are back, Palin, and that you are in one piece. I hear you might have some questions for me in our magical library, perhaps?"
Oh yes, I would like to figure out how the magic I was under worked.
Well, that's a really good question, and I'm not 100% sure that we would have the answer to that. That was definitely not magic of the type that Curl Lorethian follows. Seemed like dark, more evil magic than we would have any information about, but you are welcome to peruse our library whenever you are interested. There's going to be some downtime here for you guys, but while we, well, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be our ritual that takes place next, but we are still putting the pieces together. So between now and whenever you guys are summoned to help us with our search or one of the other group searches, you are welcome to peruse our library, but I fear there won't be any answers for you here. If you ever run into someone who follows a god that's a little bit more dark, none of those around here right now, but you might find answers that way. I imagine that if you run into any of the cultists that attacked us, you could also maybe get some information from them. But
Oh, that's a good point.
we did not manage to capture any of them.
What the heck?
Our forces were very, very hurt. We're not sure. Whispers are that there is, well, we're having trouble speaking to the gods, and then there are these people running around trying to impede our efforts to fix that, which is why we're underground here. You can see this place is pretty well fortified, pretty hidden. We're worried about that, but we don't know what their intentions are. I mean, they could be the ones causing this problem. They could not be. Who knows? In your travels from here on, I would love for you to keep an eye out. Let us know. What?
Sure will do. I mean, this stuff here all seems pretty, existential, world moving.
That is definitely one way to put it.
And I guess helping is good for everyone, including ourselves. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye out.
I'm glad to have all of your help, and I'm very glad to see that you guys are willing to. You didn't sign up for this. That's for sure. This wasn't what you started out doing. I'm so glad that you were able to help us find these gauntlets to begin with. But I know this is kind of a sudden situation for you. I don't know if all of you are quite strong worshippers the way many of us here are, but I hope that you will take this cause to heart, and it's very important to many of us. It's very important to the way our world works. Without the gods, many magics will be gone forever.
Not mine.
No, mine.
I mean,
Magic, you just have pure brute strength.
Yes, the magic of these guns.
These guns.
apart from actually helping everyone, I guess, and also my people at home who worship
Alona,
these
yeah.
gods, Alona, and whatever power I might bring back could be beneficial for my job and my whole deal. So yeah, this seems like a done deal. This seems like the right thing to do, actually.
Well, I'm glad.
Keth's a bit taken aback that he didn't have to talk Zan into something for once.
So she lets you have your leave, and she apologizes for being a little bit harsh up the front there. And you guys are welcome to go anywhere else that you'd like, or we can cut it off there, and you guys can work on leveling your characters if you haven't already.
There's
Or you can go back to the Crafted Mart if you guys want to spend some more of your money, or if you want to save up, you can do that too. If you want me to go back through, so some of the people that are on the map that you saw, there is a Farlong area. There's definitely a Cord area, Barry as well. There's also an Oli Damara section. Paylor, you met them. Lur has a section. What is it? Cut. Lear has a section. There's a Tritherion section, which is the god of liberty and retribution. And then you sort of met the Morden guy who's dealing with the craft mart. But if there's anywhere else you guys want to go before we cut the session off, let me know.
I mean, so Keth has. I don't know. I'd go to the Oli Damara place because that's where the party is.
Yes, that is where the party is. But does anybody else have anywhere they want to go? Anyone they want to talk to?
Not in specific.
Okay.
But I don't have anything specific to do there.
Okay. So you guys go back to your quarters. I guess you get settled. You spend some days here. You spend some time. And then you are summoned back by both Mara and Joshua to sort of have a little talk. So in your common area now is all set up. You've got a little table, all your things are put away. Your cart is over by the door, and you guys have really kind of gotten used to being here. You've been here for a few days, and maybe even like a week or two. Menander, have you asked them to go and fetch your husband for you?
No, that's part of the letter. I'm asking him if he wants to come back.
So by this point, it's been like a week or so. You'd imagine that he's at least received the message. It's a big world, and there's not a lot of like instant communication. So you'd probably be getting an answer back sometime soon, but not quite yet, I'd imagine.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm hearing you.
Okay. But so Joshua and Mora have sat you down, and they are telling you about the next thing that they need you to do. They are telling you about an even older elven woman who actually was alive while Corel and Larithian walked the earth. So she is ancient. By all accounts, she should be dead, but she is still alive.
Several thousand years old.
And she holds a recipe, Corel and Larethian's favorite recipe. And we need to get that recipe from her to finish the ritual for the Corel and Larithian group. Once they have that recipe, they will be able to do the ritual to embody one of you with Corel and Larethian's powers. And so that's going to be your next quest, and they're sort of gathering information about how you can speak to this woman, but they're giving you a heads up and telling you to ready your stuff and get set up, and once they know where to send you, you're going to be going in the next probably couple of days. And that's where we end off today.
And
Okay.
Yay!
I am updating Keth's journal. That was a lot of writing.
Well, yeah, it's a very intensive session. So if you haven't leveled up to level 5, you should. And now, based on all of these other items you've gotten, you may make different choices about what spells you want to use or how you want to set your character up.
In the downtime, I'm going to write a letter to Bragg and tell her
that Pang is on the plane of fire.
that plane we have taken, like we said, we took the gauntlets. We got them divined by one of the best diviners around, I'm assuming. And that
You say, even though
Prang
you don't
is not on this. We're sure she's not on this plane, and we are not sure if she's alive or dead, which is a good thing.
Well, you don't know for sure that she's dead.
We have no proof she's dead.
Okay,
That's what
one
I'm
way
gonna
to word it.
My
also
AC
have no
is
proof
now
she's alive.
16.
Your AC is now 16 because of the yoga pants.
Yup.
Hey, we're AC buddies now.
Because yoga pants and dragon scales.
Well, that
These are the best pants.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you enjoy your pants. I hope everybody enjoys their items as much as the yoga pants do.
I guess you need to change your Hero Forge thing. I have a small
yoga
suggestion.
Yes, I
It
need
does
to change its pants.
Into something a little more stretchy.
I have a slight suggestion in chat where you could take it, maybe.
Yeah, that's certainly a way I could do it.
Okay, I'm
You know,
also
emphasis on the booty.
That is a butt. That figure has a butt.
it's
I
loaded.
don't know how to feel about this.
I like it. I like it. Can we just snapshot just the butt? We just like zoom in way in there.
That's as close as it gets, I think.
Where's your tail?
Dragonborn don't have tails.
They don't have
They
tails.
don't have tails.
No. It's only for the guy in what's it called? The one that we watched, C
C-Team.
C
Yeah,
team.
they made it so the nobles have tails.
Well, he thought he had a tail, so they were like, okay, so maybe just the nobles have tails. So yeah, make sure you note down what items you have on your sheet from what you've got and how much money you guys still have. Keep track of that. Yeah, we'll do more of a true session next time. I think this actually worked out great because Haramis is not feeling well, but we also needed to do this at some point. So I'm glad it lined up with a day we couldn't do like a super crazy intensive session anyway.
Yeah.
Though I have to say, those buns work well with the tail.
Buns.
Those buns.
Dim
Damn
buns.
buns.
I misspelled thief.
Let me know, you guys, if you ever have any questions about the crazy weird items.
Oh, we
but
need
it
to-
should be pretty good.
Stop the broadcast.
Sure.
Flop.